Hello, boys and girls. It's our last day of Little Lions Preschool. Can you stand up one more time to do the months of the year song with me? I bet you've gotten good at this one. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then we all turn around. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then we all sit down. Let's go take a look at our calendar one more time. Oh yeah, I see a special item on today's date. There's a school bus. It's driving away because we're all done with school. Now remember, you won't start kindergarten tomorrow. You have to wait all the way through the summer. We have to get through June. That's when we'll have our party. We'll get together, hopefully. And then you have to wait through July, and then in August. That's when you'll get to start kindergarten if you're a big kindergarten age. All right, but what is today anyway? Let's see here. Yesterday was a 12. Any idea what comes after 12? Did you guess 13? You're right. 1 and 3 say 13. And 13 has that sound at the beginning. Kind of stick your tongue out just a little and blow. 13. Just like when you say 3. So let's put the 13 up here and see if you can count with me one last time on our calendar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Very good counting. Now let's see if we can figure out what day of the week it is. Ready to sing? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And let's go up, 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 up from our 13, and it's on the green one with the W. Wednesday. Yep, Wednesday is our last day of school. Let's find the matching one over here. Where's that W? Oh, I see a W for Wednesday. Let's go ahead and move that into our calendar. Today is Wednesday, May 13th. And then let's go take a quick peek at the weather. I know what it was doing when I came over here. Yep, it's still a little damp out, but it looks like the rain stopped. So I won't say it's rainy anymore. I will just say that it's very cloudy. There is no sun up in the sky right now, at least that I can see. It's all hiding behind the clouds. All right, we've moved through May. And we're getting towards the end of spring. After you get through June, it'll be summer and it'll be so nice and warm. Maybe you'll get to get out and play in the water in your backyard or at a pool. All right, stand back up with me, raise your right hand, and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance one more time. Put your hand on the heart and look at the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here's a neat tie-in. There's a flag there. I don't know if you noticed, but over here on our calendar, there's a little square down here that also has a flag. It says Memorial Day. At the end of May, we have a special celebration day. Your moms and dads might be off work that day, and it's called Memorial Day. And on that day, we say thank you to all the soldiers, the men and women who have not only fought for our country's freedoms, but who died while they were fighting. Maybe you have someone in your family, a grandpa or a relative who died fighting for our country. And this is a day that you could make sure to tell the family, thank you. Thanks for the freedom that we have in our country because of your hard work and sacrifice. All right. We are going to review our last Bible story that we had. today I brought this in with me. We had a picture of it the other day, but this is a decoration that we use sometimes in our church entryway. Who do you see here? Did you say it's Jesus? You are correct. And who is Jesus holding? Some children. Do you remember when we learned our story the other day? We heard that there had kind of been a commotion and the disciples had said, "Oh, Jesus, don't worry. There were just some parents who wanted to bring their children to you, but we told them you were too busy, so we sent them away. Don't worry, we took care of it." But Jesus said, "No, let the little children come to me." He wanted them there, just like he wants you with him. When the parents brought their children, he blessed them. We don't know what words he said, but we know a blessing is a good thing. Perhaps he said, "May you grow in your faith through your whole life." Perhaps he simply said, "I love you, I am with you." But whatever he said, it was wonderful. We don't know if he just put his hand on their heads or maybe he gave them hugs, but oh, what a beautiful picture that is. You can picture yourself in Jesus' arms because he loves you that much too. It doesn't matter if we're really old, we're really young, or we're somewhere in between. We are God's children. We are Jesus' child, and he says, "Come to me." He's going to take care of you all this summer. He'll take care of you when you go off to school this fall, to kindergarten. He'll always be with you. That is what our Bible verse told us. Do you remember our Bible verse? It's directly from our story. Let me pull mine out here and see if you can read it with me. Oh, I see that word that we were learning. T-H-E, the. Here's how the verse goes. "Let the little children come to me." And that's from Mark 10:14. This is Jesus speaking to those disciples that day and to those families. It's Jesus speaking to us too. Can you do it one more time? See if you can use your finger and help me point at the words. "Let the little children come to me." Mark 10:14. Oh, I hope you always remember that. Jesus surely is with you. Why don't we sing one of our songs to help us remember that? It's the one where we say, God, we use this symbol, and we say that he made us. He saved us when he died on the cross, and he loves us. He tells us to come to him, doesn't he? All right, let's see if you remember that song. God made me, God made me. In my Bible book it says that God made me. God saved me, God saved me. In my Bible book it says that God saved me. God loves me, God loves me. In my Bible book it says that God loves me. And remember, that's not something I made up. That song says, in my Bible book. I hold out my hands like I have a book. In the Bible, that's where we hear that. No one made that up. God wrote it down for us to know that he made us, he saved us, and he loves us. All right, let's move this beautiful piece of art back here so I don't trip on it. And let's move on to our last letter of the year. Did you say it's the letter Z? You're right. Let's sing our alphabet together one last time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? There are not too many words that start with a Z, but a funny thing is that the Z says Z. So let's sing that first. The Z says Z, the Z says Z. Every letter makes a sound. The Z says Z. Just like a bumblebee when he buzzes. Sure enough, buzz has a Z at the end. But one word that does start with a Z is zigzag. And that's how you draw a Z. You go out and back and out. You make a zigzag, and a zigzag is a Z. And the capital Z looks just like a little z. So if you can make a big Z, you can make a little z also. Let's take a quick look in our alphabet can and see what we have for the letter Z today. Couple items maybe. A Z is for, oh, now this is strange. What is this? You don't see these by themselves very often. It's a zipper, and it even makes the z sound when you pull on it, or when you pull it up. Usually when you see a zipper, it's already sewn into a piece of clothing, half on this side, half on that side, and you zip it like that. But this is what a zipper looks like before it gets sewn into your clothes. Zipper starts with Z. Let's see what else. I have a green vegetable. Not cucumber. Cucumber starts with a C. This one has a different top than a cucumber. Do you recognize it? It's got a Z. Z. Have you heard of zucchini? This is a zucchini. Sometimes zucchini can be a lot larger than cucumbers. Cucumbers are oftentimes about this size or this size, unless they grow too big in your garden. Most zucchini are this size, and if they grow too big, they can be really, really big. But that's a zucchini. Oh, and this is the shape I was just talking about. Zigzag. Goes back and forth like a lightning bolt. Zigzag. You could even do that today when you're running around. You could do some zigzag running. Run fast to one side and then fast to the other side and then back and forth and say, hey, I'm a zigzag runner. Yep, zigzag starts with Z. This is not the letter O, because then we wouldn't have Z. It's a number. It's the number 0. It means there aren't any. 0 starts with a Z. And I have an animal in my cup yet. Did you guess this one was coming? Zebra. The zebra has those black and white stripes. Zebra starts with Z. All right, that's all I have for you in my cup. I do have a few things I want to show you though. One of them is going to be a project on the letter Z. But give me just a minute and I'll show you that. Before I go over and show you the Z project though, I want to show you this book. I posted a video of this one, and since you've learned all the letters of the alphabet, I thought you might like looking at this book. It's called Alpha Bugs instead of Alphabet. And each page has some silly, silly bugs on it. Like these are bubble bugs. Oh, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Bugs that are bubbles. Or, oh, here's a funny one. H is hit the nail on the head. Hammer bug. Boink, boink, boink. If you get a chance later, maybe you want to watch this Alpha Bugs book and review what all the different letters are. All right, but right now, I'm going to show you how to make a Z project. Again, if you have a folder at home from me, I've sent you the pieces for this, but even if you don't, you might be able to find the pieces to this, maybe not around your house, but maybe if you were able to go to the store with mom or dad, you could get the one piece that you're missing. And the piece you are missing might be a zipper. We are going to make something funny called a Zippe Zipper Man. And instead of using the zipper this way and pulling down, we're going to use the zipper upside down like this, and we're going to pull it from the bottom up. To make it go up, you kind of have to hold on to the bottom and tug, but then it does come up. And here's how you're going to make the Zipper Man. He's pretty silly. We're just going to use some pipe cleaners. And you can say his arms can be really long, or if you want to cut them off and make them shorter, you can. And we're going to give him some eyes. And his eyes go right up at the top. There's a silly looking guy. You can use some hot glue or some tacky glue to glue them together. And here's the funny part. You get to pick how long his legs are. I have one that I made that I'm going to show you. Here's my Zippe Zipper Man. I made his arms just a little shorter, and look, since it's pipe cleaners, You can bend his arms so he can wave at you. Hello. And then you can change him around. You can say, I want my Zipper Man to walk like a penguin today. I'm going to give him really short legs. Or you can say, oh, I think my Zipper Man is going to go to the circus today. I'm going to give him such tall legs, and you can unzip your zipper and give him giant legs like he's up on stilts. Hello, tall zippy Zipper Man. Or if you want, you can adjust them downward and you can have regular length legs. It's up to you how long or how short his legs should be. You can create his arms whatever length you would like them. You can bend them however you want, and then the Zippy Zipper Man can go and do stuff with you. You can say, hey Zippy Zipper Man, do you want to play number bingo with me? Sure. And Zippy Zipper Man can go and play bingo with you. Or maybe you want to take him outside to go for a walk and he can go and look at the birds with you. Yep, I love looking at birds. Or maybe you can take him on your bike. Zippy Zipper Man can go anywhere you'd like. He's a good buddy to have around. All right, Zippy Zipper Man, have fun. We'll see you later. I have another project I'd like to show to you, and it has to do with our Jesus lesson. It's at my other table. So in our Jesus lesson, we learned that Jesus is with all kinds of children, all kinds of people, all through our lives. And that's what we're going to do in our project today. Hopefully you have an old magazine somewhere at your house, a magazine that you can find some pictures of children in. Now, if you have a tool magazine, it might be a little harder to find children in it, but this magazine is called Parents. It's got a lot of children in it. So I can just open it up and, well, look at this. On my very first page, I have a picture of a boy. He's helping his dad. So I'm going to cut this picture of the boy out using my scissors. That can be a little tricky. You can cut from both directions. So now I have a picture of this boy. He looks like he's a good helper. And, oh, here's a picture of a girl. She's helping her mom. Looks like he's carrying some laundry. Maybe you help with that sometimes too, making sure all your clothes gets washed and gets put away. So now I have a picture of a girl also. I could cut out this girl, but she's going to be cut in half because the page bends there. Oh, here's a girl who's having fun. I think we'll cut her out too. Let's see here. So I'm going to cut around the top of this one. Looks like she found a rainbow to play with. And you can just go through a magazine and cut out several pictures. And then to make your project, you're going to take your piece of colored paper. And I have a heart. And of course, on the heart, it has our words. Let the little children come to me. From Mark 10:14. Those are the words Jesus said. And you can glue all your different pictures of children around there so that you can remember that Jesus wants you with him, and he wants your friends with him, and he wants all of us with him. If you don't have a magazine, maybe you could even have mom or dad print out some pictures of you. Here's another one that I made earlier. Some of the pictures were really small. Some of the pictures were a lot bigger. Some of the children were playing. Some of them were reading or having a quiet time. Whatever pictures you find are just perfect for your project. I hope you enjoy making that project. All right, I have 2 more books I want to show you, and then we're all done with preschool for this year. Let's go back over here and see what books I have. One of them is a counting book, and I made a video of this one this morning too. You not only count in it, but you also sing. And it's called Over in the Meadow. And over in the meadow, there's this beautiful landscape. And the author goes through to different parts of the meadow, to the pond, to the barn, different places. And he looks at the animals. And here's the neat thing. If you study the pictures, there's a lot of counting you can do. So let's just pick one page to show you. Here, this is the page with 4 little ratties, little rats. For Mama. And since there's 4 little baby rats, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll find lots of other things to count to 4. I see 4 eggs. I think the mama hen went outside to look for food. 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. I see 4 trees out in the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 hens just outside the barn door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and even on this pitchfork, a pitchfork has 1, 2, 3, 4 spikes. Those are called tines on a pitchfork. So if you look at each of the pictures closely, you'll find so many sets of whatever number you're looking at, however many animals, baby animals there were. There will be lots more sets of that number to look for. I hope you have a chance to go through and enjoy learning this song and looking at the pictures in this book. And finally, the last thing I have for you is one of my favorite books. It's a silly book, and it's called Officer Buckle and Gloria. This man's name is Officer Buckle, and he is very careful about safety tips. He comes up with good things to try to keep everybody safe. But he has a hard time telling people about him. People get tired listening to him. But then one day, he meets a good buddy. It's this dog. Her name is Gloria. She is a silly dog, and together they become a great team, and they're able to teach people lots of safety tips. It's a good story about friendship and also about learning about safety tips. I have a little project that you might enjoy doing, and it's making your own safety book because Officer Buckle is always writing down all of his safety tips. I thought maybe you'd like to make your own safety tip book. Again, if you have a folder from me, you have one of these, and right here there's just an S, and that's because you can write your name here. So whatever your name is, you can put it here, and it can be Nash's safety tips or Isla's safety tips. Whatever your name is, this will be your own special safety tip book. And on the inside, all there is right now are some numbers. It says number 1. You can think of a safety tip, anything at all that would help keep someone safe. And you can have someone write it down for you. Tell mom or dad or an older brother or sister exactly what you want to say. Have them write it down, and then you should draw a picture here. And the same thing, this page has number 2, number 3, and then the last page has number 4 and number 5. Don't worry about how well you can draw. Anything at all works. I've done this with several classes before. In one of the classes, here's an example of things this boy thought of. He said, never play with burners. And he drew a stove with a red hot burner. Good safety tip. He said, never eat crayons. And he drew a picture of a crayon. Also a good safety tip. Crayons are for coloring for, not for eating. They are not food. Here's another boy's book. He drew his pictures quite a bit differently, but I still love reading it. His number 2 was, be careful when you step on a rock. And he drew a giant rock, and then he drew that he had fallen down. Oh, yep, you gotta be careful when you're stepping on rocks, climbing on rocks. Oh, and this page he drew sideways. He said, don't stay in a tent that is going down. We had been camping, and the tent loses all of its air, so he drew this picture of a boy inside the tent. Eek, get out, the tent's coming down. So however you want to draw your book, whatever tips you can think up, it'll be great, and you can put this little book on your shelf to enjoy when you get to kindergarten, and maybe you'll reread it when you get to 1st grade or 2nd grade. You'll enjoy having this book around. Boys and girls, I'm going to miss seeing you on these videos. I hope that when we get together in June, we'll send a message to your parents, and hopefully you're able to come join with us. We can put our handprint on the wall like we talked about the other day and get your special diploma saying, great job, you finished preschool. I wish you all of God's blessings this summer and as you go on to kindergarten this next year. Goodbye, boys and girls.